birds and the ornithologists get to be together is extraordinary. Speaking of birds, jealous husband returns informed the parrot. I never can quite say as much as I know. I look at other parrots and I wonder if it's the same for them. If somebody is trapped in each of them, paying some kind of price for living their life in a certain way. For instance, hello, I say. And I'm sitting on a perch in a pet store in Houston, and what I'm really thinking is, holy shit, it's you. And what's happened is, I'm looking at my wife. Hello, she says, and she comes over to me, and I can't believe how beautiful she is. Those great brown eyes, almost as dark as the center of mine, and her nose. I don't remember her for her nose, but its beauty is clear to me now. Her nose is a little too long, but it's redeemed by the faint hook to it. She scratches the back of my neck. Her touch makes my tail flare. I feel the stretch and rustle of me back there. I bend my head to her, and she whispers, pretty bird. For a moment, I think she knows it's me. But she doesn't, of course. I say, hello, again, and I will eventually pick up pretty bird. I can tell that as soon as she says it, but for now, I can only give her another hello. Her fingertips move through my feathers, and she seems to know about birds. She knows that to pet a bird, you don't smooth his feathers down, you ruffle them. But of course, she did that in my human life as well. It's all the same for her. Not that I was complaining, even to myself at that moment in the pet shop when she found me like I presumed she was supposed to. She said it again, pretty bird, and this brain that works like it does now could feel that tiny little voice of mine ready to shape itself around those words. But before I could get them out of my beak, there was this guy at my wife's shoulder, and all my feathers went slick flat, like to make me small enough not to be seen, and I backed away. The pupils of my eyes pinned and dilated and pinned again. He circled around her. A guy that looked like a meat packer, big in the chest and thick with hair. The kind of guy that I always sensed her eyes moving to when I was alive. I had a bare chest, and I'd look for little black hairs on the sheets when I'd come home on a day with the whiff of somebody else in the air. She was still in the same goddamn rut. A hello wouldn't do. And I recently learned good night, but it was the wrong suggestion altogether. So I said nothing, and the guy circled her, and he was looking at me with a smug little smile, and I fluffed up all my feathers, made myself about twice as big, so big he'd see he couldn't mess with me. I waited for him to draw close enough to take off the tip of his finger, but she intervened. Those pine nut brown eyes were before me, and she said, I want him. And that's how I ended up in my own house once again. She bought me a large black wrought iron cage, very large, convinced by some young guy who clerked in the bird department and who took her aside and made his voice go much too soft when he was doing the selling job. The meat packer didn't like it. I didn't either. I missed a lot of chances to take a bite out of this clerk in my stay at the shop, and I suddenly regretted this. But I got my giant cage, and I guess I'm happy enough about that. I can pace as much as I want. I can hang upside down. It's full of bird toys. That dangling thing over there with knots and strips of rawhide